Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Checking in on CMG NKE GPRO and TWTR on the daily and weekly time frame. So CMG with the gap down open with the bearish reaction to Ackman selling shares over the weekend. And we saw the bulls rally and buy that dip, and we rejected right off the middle Bollinger Band 417.10 resistance. We had someone in the chat room pick out that target as a resistance level for a bearish entry. So nice job scouting out that daily resistance. High of the day rejecting right off that point. Support is now 410.01, and then we have these moving average supports. 4865 is the 50-day. 407.49 is the 200-day. And if we lose those levels, we're looking at 400 psychological. So the bears have momentum due to that upper wick of profit taking and close fairly close to the low of the day. The bulls' goal for this week is to maintain 413.71 to keep that 50-week moving average as support. It was resistance for 3 weeks, and it was support for 3 weeks, and now we're on the verge of potentially losing that level again if we cannot see a rally and a close above 413.71. NKE on the daily time frame, still holding support just barely, 56.51, 56.53, a little bit of a double low of support, and this is a bullish reversal candlestick on the daily. So if we get a break of 56.93, we will look for the bulls to head back up towards the mid $57 range. Middle Bollinger Band is catching up, so over the next couple of days, if we lose 56.51, we will likely lose the Middle Bollinger Band support as well. And the bulls obviously need a break of the double top, 58.25 and 58.24. So the weekly time frame, bearish reversal candlestick last week, currently not seeing any significant consolidation, but if we do break that low of 56.51, we'll be looking down at 56.01 as the next weekly support, the 100-week moving average. GoPro, bears are loving it. Second gap down in a row, and it is no surprise in my opinion that the downgrades are all piling on now. Once we saw an oversold bounce, broke the higher low pattern with the close Thursday below 932. That's your bear signal. Downgrade Friday, downgrade Monday, all out dump, new all-time lows. If you've been watching the videos, this is exactly the play that we were looking for to happen. If the market is at all-time highs and the strongest we can see in recent history, and this is all that the bulls can do, what's going to happen when the market consolidates? And that's exactly what played out, a new all-time low. So we're looking for Twitter to do potentially the same thing. We'll look at Twitter in just a moment, but for right now, GoPro has no support. It is the opposite of blue sky breakout. We could call it black dirt breakdown. That's the opposite of blue sky breakout. So we're looking at $8 psychological support. We bounced off of $7.95 today. The lower Bollinger Band is going to be resistance. This is the ideal scenario for a bear and a falling knife for bulls. We need to see a bullish reversal candlestick on the daily time frame to try and play an oversold bounce, and this lower Bollinger Band on the daily is going to be resistance that the bulls try and get over. And now looking at Twitter. Twitter has a lot further to go to its new all-time low, but here we are at very key support, 1550, and we held that level by the penny. So if we break 1550 tomorrow, we're looking at 1546 and then down to 1451, a long way to the downside if we break 1550 and 1546 supports. So the bears are starting to creep more and more into control. We have only seen one green week in the last 5, and with market weakness, and it's not even significant market weakness at any way, shape, or form at this point. But market weakness is seeing weakness here to the downside on Twitter, rejecting from daily exponential resistances for the past few weeks. And if we break 1550, that's a bear signal for another leg to the downside. 1546 is right there as well, but that will give momentum to the bears. And looking for a similar kind of reaction to GoPro, all-out dump and new all-time lows, exactly what we were looking for. Let's see if Twitter follows along. So I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in tomorrow. Have a great night.